It was East Timor's day on the international stage. The small nation is bringing Australia to account for what Dili has called a violation of sovereignty, raiding the offices of Timor's legal advisor, Bernard Collaery.
We're honoured to be here representing Timor-Leste, and we're really looking forward to proper rule of law discussions.
It was the ASIO raids on Mr Collaery's offices last year that sparked this court action. Seized materials relate to Timor's allegations that Canberra spied during negotiations over the 2006 oil and gas treaty, it says making the agreement invalid. Inside court, the parties started cordially, but the condemnation of Australia's actions came swiftly. The raids were described this way.
Unprecedented and improper, indeed inexplicable conduct.
And East Timor called for the judges to act.
What is required is a clear, firm and severe condemnation of what Australia has done.
The government and people of Timor-Leste feel a real sense of grievance at the manner in which they have been treated by our large neighbour in this respect. That has caused deep offence and shock in my country.
East Timor has raised concerns about a possible conflict of interest involving Australia's Attorney-General George Brandis, as both the man who authorised the raids and who oversees the arbitration process here. It's now emerged that Mr Brandis has given an undertaking to the tribunal to not make himself aware of any of the seized material. The assurance was in a court document the ABC has obtained, but East Timor is not convinced.
This confidential material has been in the hands of the Australian government for 7 weeks. Despite the undertakings of the Attorney-General, it seems hardly likely that they have not been closely examined by Australian officials.
Australia has argued the raids were justified on national security grounds, an argument East Timor has strongly rejected.
National security and the enforcement of criminal law are not some magic wand that makes the rights and obligations of states under international law vanish.
East Timor's foreign minister attended proceedings. He says in the wake of this and the Jakarta spying scandal, Australia needs to change its approach.
No one will trust any country that does this kind of actions, whether big or small.
Australia will soon have its chance to argue its case.